Welcome back to Modern Day Meta. Modern Day Meta is all about bridging the everyday and the sacred. I'm Meta, and I thank you for joining me for what I hope will be an informative look at the current planetary influences with a focus on the inner planets. I do have another video on the current outer planetary influences that I will link at the end of the video and also in the description box below. This video was produced around March 1st, 2020 in preparation for the 4 wellness readings I do twice a month for each element. If you don't want to miss the wellness videos or the ones I do each Sabbath on the Wheel of the Year, or the monthly birthday reading, or the moon phase readings I give for the collective, you'll want to be sure and subscribe to the channel on YouTube, as well as follow me on Instagram or Facebook. So let's take a look and see what's happening. The sun is still currently moving through the sign of Pisces. Happy birthday, Pisces. Everybody should be feeling really super creative and dreamy. I know I'm really getting my tarot journaling on and plowed through about 5 or so different pages. So I'm milking the Pisces season. I want to remind people who are Aries who might be turning in that if you subscribe, the Aries video is coming out next. That'll be right around March 19th. And then in addition to that, at the spring equinox, which is called Ostara, on the Wheel of the Year, I'll be also doing a video reading for that holiday as well. Oh, I did want to say quickly about Pisces. When the sun moves through Pisces, the connection between our highest selves, our inner emotional world, and our physical, mental, and emotional barriers become transparent. There's a focus on the spiritual, the intuitive, and our desire to create a practice and structure from the less tangible. A place where our dreams and our illusions get more of the spotlight. This is a revealing window that shows us what's going on behind the curtain, what needs to be cleared, dusted, revealed, or acknowledged within ourselves, our minds, and our lives. There is a deep connection with the divine, the spiritual, and cultivating a practice. Allow your intuition to guide you on what needs and wants to be healed. So that's a little bit more about the energy of Pisces, again, through about the 3rd week of March before we hit that new burst of energy with the fire sign of Aries. Next up is the moon. And again, at the producing of this video, the moon is in Taurus, and we're in the waxing crescent phase. And if you're interested about the phases of the moon and following them, I also provide regular moon phase updates and general energy readings for those periods. The moon does change sign about every 2.5 days. So it does have a strong bearing on the day-to-day activities that we do in life. Astrologically speaking, many times when we look at a chart, we're looking at the influences of many of the outer planets and not necessarily the transiting moon because it moves so fast. But many witches, like myself, know and trust the cycles of the moon, and we follow her and we plan different life events, activities, and projects according to the different phases she may be moving in or out of. So if you're curious about that, you'll definitely want to subscribe so you can get in tune with those phases and seeing maybe what in your life wants to be tuned to the moon. So moving ahead, Mercury is still retrograding at this time. It's retrograding it's starting its retrograde actually in Pisces, and then we'll move backwards and have a little touch in Aquarius. That retrograde lifts on March 9th, but the shadow won't be clear until around March 29th. When Mercury is in Pisces, actually, I'll start with Aquarius. That makes more sense since we're going that way, backwards. When it's in Aquarius, it'll be calling us to seek the managing of our work and our life in the big picture of things, how our work is making an impact, if it has meaning, and if it feels like it's falling short of what we had desired for ourselves, which will initiate us on a journey to seek deeper answers. With any Mercury retrograde through an air sign, which Aquarius is, we will want to be aware that our thinking will feel disconnected, scattered, or unfocused. And unfocused. It's not an either or, it's an and. This is not an ideal time to be making major decisions or working on tasks or projects that require a significant amount of focus, but rather to take some time away where we can process, allow, and work with what is shifting. Or if work is needed right now, try to work on more behind-the-scenes stuff and take plenty of breaks. And when Mercury hits Pisces, it'll be nudging us to look for the answers within, and that our miscommunications can often stem from blocked intuition or areas where we haven't allowed ourselves to trust ourselves or listen to our own truth rather than the truth of others. With any Mercury retrograde through a water sign, we will want to be aware that emotions will be heightened in ourselves and those around us. This is not an ideal time to be making decisions, but rather to take some time away where we can process, allow, and work with what is shifting. And Mercury retrograde is best used to nurture your community. It's not always ideal for launching, especially if it is in a water sign or occurring in a vulnerable area of your chart. It doesn't make launching off limits, but you may need to build in some additional time for tech issues or unexpected interruptions. Next up is Venus. And Venus is currently transiting the sign of Taurus, or she will be in just a few days. Again, I'm recording this video on or around March 1st, and Venus will be changing signs from Aries into Taurus on March 4th, and will stay until April 3rd. When Venus moves into Taurus, our focus becomes ourselves and developing our needs and wants more fully. We are compelled to examine our ideals around survival, security, love, affection, happiness, fulfillment, and the things we do to meet these needs. We are being called to examine how we value ourselves. Do we create conditions where we feel that value for ourselves, or conditions where we feel unworthy, or that we aren't being paid our value? Notice if this is a challenge for you, and then use this transit to rectify this. This is a potent window for significant changes in how you see yourself, how you value and care for yourself, and how you ensure that your needs and wants are being met in your life. Next up is Mars. And Mars recently joined the party in Capricorn, which I talk about in the outer planetary influences video, which I mentioned at the top of this video, and I'll link in the description and hopefully at the end of this one. Mars is in Capricorn beginning February 16th through March 29th. And Mars in Capricorn is a time of strengthening our forces. It's about using our energy, focus, motivation, and will to create something long-lasting for ourselves and our future stability. As I mentioned, it has joined Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in the sign of the goat to help us gather the inspiration and burst of energy to keep ourselves going and move forward on projects and tasks that will help us to create a long-term foundation and put the pillars in place that are needed to sustain ourselves. What have you been putting off doing, resisting, or telling yourself you'll get to when you have more time? Something that if you began implementing over the next 6 weeks would make a massive difference in your long-term financial well-being and future. Mars helps to give us the push we need to take action. If you've been focusing more on short-term survival or just getting done what's in front of you, but don't have a long-term plan to get yourself out of living paycheck to paycheck, or are unable to take time off because everything revolves around you, then this is the kick in the pants you need to think out of the box and start putting pieces in place to help you change that. Take the time over the next 6 weeks to implement something that can begin to replace you, give you time off, or create additional income for you so that you can really begin building your future for the long term. That pretty much concludes the inner planetary update. I did want to take just a moment to talk to you about how to best apply this information and to see what area of your life will be influenced. Using your own chart, you would locate the houses that the planets that I just was talking about are transiting. An example would be, I just talked about how Mars is currently in Capricorn, and on my birth chart, Capricorn is on the 10th house cusp. It rules the 10th house for me. So the area currently influenced by Martian energy is the house of reputation, status, and career. Free astrology charts for calculating your own house positions and rising or ascendant sign can be found at astro.com or cafeastrology.com. You can also set up a consultation with me and I can provide you your chart and go over it with you. If you hung out all the way to the end of the video, I appreciate that. I also appreciate your likes and subscribes. Be sure and leave me a comment telling me what portions of the video resonated with you or made sense, or just what you're thinking, how you like this video. Hang tight because your wellness reading is up next. Hello and welcome back to Modern Day Meta. My name is Meta. Thank you for joining me and being a part of the collective I'm reading for. Be sure and check out links below for ways to reach me, including booking a personal consultation or sending a love offering via Google Pay. Because what goes around comes around. Don't we all know it? If this is your first time here, welcome, and I invite you to check out the welcome video that talks about who I am, who I'm not, and what you can expect if you should choose to subscribe to the channel. If you are a returning member of the Modern Day Meta Collective, hey boo! Peace and blessings. Thank you for being here. I welcome all comments regarding portions of the message that resonate with you, as well as your likes and shares. Cards have been casino shuffled and blessed off screen, and as you can see in here, I shuffle them a bit more on screen so that you can tap in Here we go. Earth babies, you are up. Your turn. What's going on for you March 1st through the 15th? We're going to find out. Ooh, I'm going to take it. So, from the White Light Oracle deck, which is where I'm beginning for our Earth sign collective, that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Please, Spirit, given the energies that this collective will be encountering in the next 2 weeks from March 1st through the 15th. Thank you, Spirit. And we've got essential oil medicine. Spirit, please, for our Earth collective. March 1st through the 15th, 2020. What flower or sea essence is recommended for our Earth babies? And lastly, I'm always so amazed at how the same cards come up for the same collective, because water got Harvest Lily. So, Earth babies, Earth collective, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, for the period March 1st through the 15th. What stone medicine? Show us clearly. Okay. And let's see, last, because we're still in the magical Piscean time, I've chosen the magical spell cards and Making Magic Oracle. So, Spirit, for the Earth sign collective, March 1st through the 15th, show us a spell for their highest good that would support them with the energies they will be encountering for the next 2 weeks. And Making Magic. There it is. Anything else, Spirit, for our Earth babies? Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Anything else? Any other messages about making magic? All right, let's see what you've got. Starting with Alana Fairchild's White Oracle deck. And Spirit has chosen Bath Coal. I'm going to, it's number 8, the Strength card. Let's see what the message is for you, Earth babies, which would be me. Issue complicated explanations as you seek the simplicity of the deepest truth of your heart. Gently but firmly cast aside that which does not resonate as being true for your heart. Focus upon and speak from a higher spiritual perspective. All prayers are answered at the perfect time and in the perfect way. You have a powerful voice which can foster healing and wisdom on our planet. Bath Coal is a mysterious creature. She is an angel known as the Divine Oracle, the daughter of the divine voice, the pure and the true sound of spirit. When she whispers to your heart, you feel it as an inner knowing, a truth. To honor that inner knowing likely requires the confrontation of fear or moving in unexpected directions. Even so, the deep resonance of her truth is more powerful than the resistance we may initially feel as we let go of our limited perspectives and allow ourselves to be guided by spirit. The spiritual voice of Bath Coal is always true, always healing, and always in harmony with the higher loving plan of the universal heart, which is working toward the spiritual fulfillment of all hearts. Hers is a healing sound, the voice of divine prophecy, which not only tells what shall be,
but through speaking of the highest potential creates a blessing which manifests the ultimate goodness within. Let's see. Oh, I don't see. There's the oracle. Let's see. The oracle of Bath Cole indicates a voice that is true and needs to be acknowledged. This may be a voice in your own heart which needs to be heard without judgment or censorship. It may be an intuitive inner knowing to be recognized. It may be a loving and helpful voice of a reliable guide or friend whom you know you can be trusted. It may be teaching from a dream or an insight from a meditation, or even an inkling that certain happenings or sightings are signs from the universe to help you on your life path. Bath Cole is the clear voice of communication between humanity and higher beings. When called upon, she will assist a human to accurately interpret a sign or omen. Her voice brings clarity. Therefore, this oracle indicates a time of confusion is swiftly coming to an end. Wow, that's beautiful. Beautiful, earth signs. Let's investigate and see what essential oil has been recommended. It's a green card. It resonates with the heart chakra, which sounds very much like what the oracle card is saying is active for you, earth signs. The affirmation word here is elevate. There is a trigger statement from ego that Spirit's encouraging you to be on the lookout for. It goes, I feel so low. And Spirit's encouraging you to replace it with, I persevere. The message is release the worry and fear and allow confidence, trust, and strength to take you to your goal. Very beautiful. Not necessarily an essential oil, but just a message, a confirmation and a message that your heart chakra is very activated in the first 2 weeks of March, earth signs, earth babies. And so you'll need to be taking good care of that. Let's see what stone medicine is recommended by Spirit. It's aquamarine. And aquamarine is a fancy type of blue beryl, and it's a powerful coolant for the head and the heart. Those who need it are those who run hot, fire signs, anybody hanging on to an unspoken burning desire. Where you put it, wherever you need to turn that whisper into a primal scream. For if that's a little overly dramatic, wherever you want to speak clearly and calmly from your heart. When to use it? When you've lost your voice, when it's past time to let it go, or when you're feeling a little too en fuego for polite company. Ice yourself down with aquamarine's cold shower vibes. And the affirmation statement on this card is, keep your cool, earth babies. Keep your cool and get some aquamarine. And again, the plant essence that's coming through from Spirit and recommended for the first 2 weeks of March 2020 earth signs is Harvest Lily. And this message is about resolution. And the card says, let me show you community where many can be nourished from the same source and still express their individuality. I emerge through the tangles of dried summer grass. There are many knees connected to the one vine. Let me teach you how to see each other as a reflection of yourself so that without compromise or sacrifice, you can reach attunement and agreement. Love this. So it's red for the fire sign. That is the element that's activated here. Your solar plexus and crown chakra will be doing a lot of assimilation and working over the next 2 weeks with this kind of energy. And your meridians activated are the triple warmer and heart protector meridians, earth signs. Harvest Lily. And finally, from the magical spell card, this is what came out for earth signs. True love, come to me. It says, true love shall come to me as I do will, so mote it be. Let's read number 26, breaking down to an 8. Isn't that interesting? The 8. 8. So 8 is active for you, water or earth signs. 26. There are times when the world is not enough, when we feel the desire, the yearning, and the deep soul craving to connect with one we could call soulmate, anamkara, the truest of true loves, the person who deep inside we feel we were meant to meet and be with to find the full expression of our soul in this lifetime. But who or what is a soulmate? That may not be the person we believe them to be, and indeed our true love is often someone who challenges us deeply in order to bring about an evolution of the soul. When we ask to meet them, know this will be a magnificent intersection of two souls who are not the same, but whose presence, each for the other, brings about the very best for you in terms of emotional development and the discovery of deeper and deeper love and physical connection that is faithful, joyful, and exquisite. Joyful and exquisite. If you've been chosen by this spell, the universe wishes you to connect with the person who will accelerate your opportunities for soul development. True love shall come to you, but be ready for adventure and challenges, as well as joy and understanding, because love is a journey of the soul, a path that is walked willingly by two persons who have decided to encounter the very best and sometimes the very worst of each other through their relationship. In this way, we clear the path of the soul and walk forward free, glorious, and truly ourselves. And I'm going to go ahead and read the spell that goes with this. I love you. I love myself. I love my body. I love my spirit. I love my mind. I love my heart. I love myself. I am divine manifestation of God and the goddess. And by the power of 3 by 3, as I do will, so mote it be. And love charm has come out from Making Magic. It says, attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. Gee, really, earth signs, you think? And air. This is about communication. Work with the element of air to cut through the core of a situation and see the truth. Yeah, so clarity, or the assistance of air, the swords in tarot. Clarity is here for you, earth signs. That concludes your March 1st through the 15th wellness reading, Earth Collective. If you hung out all the way to the end of this video, I surely do appreciate it. I also appreciate your likes and subscribes. If you'd like to leave me a comment telling me what portions of the video resonated with you or supported you, I'd appreciate that also. Looking forward to reading for you again very soon. Earth Collective. Until then, namaste.